In Module 4, we're going to look at a sister site to Bluemix, which is the IBM Bluemix DevOps Services site. This is an environment where you can do your planning and development and testing all online without having to have anything installed on a workstation. So Bluemix DevOps Services is an open platform to allow a developer to create an application. It's integrated with the main Bluemix site and it gives you an end-to-end DevOps solution. It includes a number of different activities to cover the life cycle of your application, and it runs like Bluemix on the soft layer infrastructure. So with DevOps Services, you get easy access to your code. It has built-in source code management tooling, or it allows you to bring in and use GitHub accounts. You can code on the site using the built-in editor. It has debug capability built into that editor as well. And then you can set up your DevOps pipeline, so you can move code automatically. Once you push it to the source code tool, it'll automatically build that code and then deploy it straight into Bluemix. Within the site, there's also a set of tools to allow you to track and plan and manage your product end to end. When you want to create a new project in IBM Bluemix DevOps Services, it's very simple. You get walked through a very simple dialogue. The first thing you'll be asked is, how do you want to manage your source code? Do you want to use the built-in Git? Do you want to use an external GitHub account? Or do you want to use the Jazz source code management tool? You then get asked, do you want a public or a private project? A public project is great for sample code or providing an API. It allows anybody to search for and access that project. They can't change the code, but they can access and they can fork a new project off that. If you select a private, then nobody can search for that project and you have to invite users into that project for them to be able to see that project. And then you get asked, do you want to integrate this with Bluemix? Do you want to be able to deploy the code out of this DevOps environment directly to Bluemix? And it's as simple as that. Once you've done those, answered those few questions, you can then start coding. When you've created your project, it's really easy to invite users to your project, whether it's public or private. If you want to have other people be able to edit and contribute to your project, you simply select the link to invite other people, and then this dialog comes up and you can then enter a comma-separated list of email addresses, and they will then be able to log in to your project. So as I mentioned at the introduction, the DevOps Services has a track and plan capability. This is where you can manage an agile process. You can create work items, you can track progress through those. There's a set of tools to help you manage the backlog and sprints, and then there's a dashboard where you can get a summary of how your project is progressing. For a developer, you've got a fully functional editor where you can write code. It has support for lints, so you'll be able to see common errors that are made by static analysis. It's got all the linkage to your source code repository, whether that be a built-in or the GitHub account. And you can also run and deploy your application directly from the editor. One feature, if you're using the Node environment, is there is a live sync feature. So without having to deploy the code again, I can actually debug the code, I can set breakpoints, I can see what values variables hold directly within this environment. I can also do that if I'm on Windows or a Mac platform using a command line interface, which I can download from Bluemix site. So I can edit and I can debug my code as if I was on my local platform without having to install anything on my local platform. When I'm in the IBM Bluemix DevOps Services my projects page, it's very easy to see the status of my projects. I can see whether a project is public or private. I can go in to edit or manage that project very easily. So in summary, we've just looked at the IBM Bluemix DevOps Services site. We've seen the tools right from planning through to coding, through to deployment and operations. We've seen we can use the various source code management tools, either built in or through the external GitHub site. And we can see how developers can very easily collaborate, whether they're all using their web tools or whether they're using a mixture of web or local tools. They can all collaborate on the same code base and on the same project.